Assalamu alaikum, guys. It's Najia at Daybreak Press coming to you with Daybreak Live, which is Rabata's Daybreak Press version of bringing you positive cultural change in the publishing world. This afternoon, we have for you another Daybreak Press Book Award winner, Yasmin Rashidi, and I'm going to invite her just now. Oh, here she is. Hold on, let me see. Yasmin, can you request to join? Do you see a button that will help you? Okay, there we go. I found. All right, we're getting our feet underneath us with this technicalities. Ahlan,
Alaikum.
hi. Ahlan, alaikum salam. How are you, Yasmin?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So good to have you. Where are you coming to us from today?
I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts. So
Beautiful. Beautiful. What kind of weather you got out there now?
gloomy today, but we've had some warm weather recently, which is a nice change because we kind of go from winter straight to summer. We don't really have a spring here. So
Uh, that's hard. All right, so you guys are in for a treat. Yasmin is not only coming to us from Boston, but she was born in Boston and raised in Boston. Her mom is a white convert, and her dad is from Tunisia, right?
Trinidad.
Trinidad. I was going to say Trinidad. No. Goes to show your first instinct is often right. So her dad is from Trinidad, and she was raised kind of as what we call a third culture kid. She had the benefit and blessing of being exposed to all of those cultures, and was raised in Islamic school as well, and then went on to University of Boston?
Boston University. Yeah.
Boston University to get a degree in early childhood education and a master's in teaching English as a second language. So she is penultimately qualified for writing the gorgeous children's books that she does. So tell us, Yasmin, show us your book first of all, so that we know what we're talking about here.
I am the author of this book, "'Tis the Night Before Eid." It is a book about the excitement of Ramadan coming to an end and the really exciting night before Eid as we're getting our homes ready and our outfits ready and just can feel the festive nature in the air. So it is my first book and my only book so far, but inshallah there will be more to come.
And it's told in verse, right?
Yes, it is in verse.
You open the pages, show us a few.
Sure, I will show you some of the pages. Let me do that right now. And I was able to work with a wonderful illustrator. She really captured my thoughts and ideas and exceeded my expectations in creating these beautiful illustrations. And that was by Maryam. So she did a wonderful job.
Nice. What's her last name? What's her name? I'm sorry.
Her name is Maryam Al-Dashir, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I haven't had the pleasure to meet her in person, but we did a lot of work together online and through phone calls. So she is wonderful, and she's on Instagram as well. You can follow her.
Is that how you found her? Was through Instagram?
Yes. So when I started this journey, I didn't really know how to find an illustrator. So of course I went to Google to search, and the idea of looking on Instagram. So we're most people on Instagram these days, and mashallah, a lot of artists have created pages showcasing their work. And she kind of came up as a recommended, how they show you people you might be interested in. And I found her that way, and I was just blown away by her work. So I immediately reached out to her and told her about my project and asked her if she was interested. And she was, and so we went from there. And alhamdulillah, I'm so happy with what she created for the story. Because children's books, the pictures are usually sometimes more important than the words, because kids, they don't read yet, and they're usually paying attention to the pictures a lot more than the adults. So the words and the pictures they need to be top quality and really capture the attention of the children.
Exactly. And when they're pre-reading like that, it's nice to have really intricate, involved pictures so that you can say, oh, where's the where's the sink? You know, like, what's he doing? Or he's washing dishes, or, you know, like, so that you
Yeah,
can
they
find
need to kind
details.
of tell the story itself just through the pictures. They can,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she really did a great job of that, mashallah.
and I really wanted to. One of my main goals with writing books for Muslim children is just for them to see themselves in the pages. And I really wanted kids to look at this story and say, oh, that looks like my dad, or look, I make Mahmoud too, or look, they're in a masjid, it looks like where I go. I wanted them to have that excitement and just really see themselves reflected, because unfortunately, up until recently, alhamdulillah, recently there's more, but up until recently, when I grew up, there was nothing like this.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I really heard my friend's daughter. She opened a book and recently before I published this, and she was like, "Well, it looks like my Baba," and she was so excited. And to see that level of excitement on her face, I was like, "Okay, I need to be involved in creating some excitement like that for children."
Nice. So where did you get the idea for this book? Is it something you always had in mind, or is this something that happened to you being inspired by it, by something specific that happened?
So a great question. I have three of my own children. It was my daughter. We would always go to the library around different like seasons and holidays or times of the year, and they'd have the book displays put up there at the library. So we'd often get some, and I had heard many times the poem about "'Tis the Night Before Christmas," and then I saw books about "'Tis the Night Before Thanksgiving," and there were other holidays, or "'Tis the Night Before the First Day of School." So kind of a take on an exciting event in someone's life, and using this poem as a guide. So I was like, you know what? We should have one about Eid. So I know some people have said, okay, well, shouldn't be like Christmas, but it's the only thing that has in common is maybe the tune of it, or the meter, or if you call it, of the rhymes, but everything else is specifically um, tied to Eid. So I just sat down one day and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write this. So the words just kind of came out, and then I sat on the book for almost a year or longer, just not knowing what to do from here. And then, alhamdulillah, I had a few friends who had self-published other stories, other books themselves, and I really went to them for guidance. I'm like, okay, I have a story I really love. I'm proud of it. What do I do now? And without those amazing women who are published authors today, I would not have been able to put this book out, because when you're starting this new journey, there's so many components to it, and without their guidance, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So I'm really grateful for.
Snaps for bringing each other along, mashallah.
Yeah, and I was so happy that they were not trying to gatekeep this either. They were so excited for me to put my work out there and wanted to be a part of just bringing good things to the community. So I'm really thankful to those women.
You know, that's one thing about authors in general, and specifically about Muslim women authors, is that we're always willing to uplift each other. There's no, you know, like, there's so much room for everyone
Exactly.
to
Doesn't
be
need to
or
accomplish anyone. There's so, like you said, there are hundreds and thousands of books published, children's books. And in our Muslim community, there are a lot more now, but there's room for so many more stories to be told. Everyone has different perspectives and ideas. And it's just wonderful seeing everything that's come out recently.
Wallah. Um, all right, so I'm gonna switch a little bit on the topic for you. It might be a curveball for you, but maybe not. I am really enthralled with your website.
Okay.
I'm interested in the process of how you built your website, and specifically how you went about knowing what to put in the media kit. I was really impressed with your media kit. And so many authors have a website that's, you know, that's all about them. And while the reader is interested in the author to a certain extent, the reader also wants things like you have, for example, printables on your website that people can print out for their kids to color. So you're providing things that are relevant to the book, that are fun for the reader. And then you also have that media kit. So how did you go about building your media?
So for my media kit, I have to again credit Muslim authors who came before me. I worked closely with Nuda Saif at Crescent Moon Bookstore who actually represents a lot of small self-published authors, and she kind of showed me some templates of what to include. And I didn't know what a media kit was actually before her, so I looked through what she gave me and decided like what I wanted to include in mine. But I actually used whatever she gave me as a guide. So Nuda, shout out to Nuda at Christmas Moon Bookstore. She's amazing, and she helped me a lot too. And my website, actually, this is like so it's like a family affair. I published my book when I was postpartum, like 2 months with my third child.
Ah.
So I was like really in the thick of it with my 3 kids. I had a newborn, a 2-year-old, and a 5-year-old at the time. So my husband really stepped up last year, and he created my entire website. I am actually not the best when it comes to technology. So he did that for me, and he was also did all the fulfillment of the books last year. So if you received a book last year shipped to you, it was the work of my husband. So
I
shout
got
out to him as well. But this year, actually, again, I'm working with Nuda, so I couldn't have done this without her. She is now my fulfillment, manager. And one of the reasons because of that is because my family and I have decided we're going to make a huge, drastic change in our lives, and we are moving to Cairo, Egypt in 6 weeks.
Mashallah, oh my goodness.
So I needed somebody to be in the United States to take care of all my fulfillment for my books, because we're starting on this new journey that I'm hoping, inshallah, will be very beneficial to my family, and hopefully maybe even some material for new stories as we get new experiences in our lives.
Oh, how much fun is that? That's awesome.
So yeah, we're very excited, very busy, but very excited.
All right. So do you have anything coming out in between then? Anything coming out now, or you're going to go there?
No. So unfortunately, because I am a self-published author, everything is really up to me in terms of funding. I don't have a publishing company backing me. So it really makes sense to put everything out at once. So I have 2 different books, inshallah, that hopefully will be coming out before next Ramadan. So I'm hoping to get those both done together and then put them out together, just because logistically, it's just too costly to have the books shipped here and late.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm also very
Oops.
busy getting ready for this move, so it just wasn't possible getting it out any sooner. But inshallah, by Ramadan 2023, we'll have some new material from me.
Right. Bismillah. I was kind of thinking, we just celebrated Eid, Eid al-Fitr, but for everybody who's listening, this is a great opportunity to take this book and suggest it to your local school districts.
Yeah.
Because this is the time when they're looking for next year. This is the time when they're setting their curriculum and when they're deciding what to buy and deciding what to teach. And this is the best time to get that your this book under the eyes of teachers. So
yeah. Wonderful book for teachers or even non-Muslims to read in a library setting, because it's very, I feel like it's well done, if I do say so myself. Very
it is. It's award-winning.
Topics are relatable. The family and the pictures are relatable, and I feel like it's a good introduction without being preachy about what Islam in Ramadan is.
Yeah.
And it's also fun to read. I enjoy reading it because it's written in a poem form. Kids like to hear it. So yeah, in your local library, they're always looking for books to add to their stocks as well. So you can definitely purchase it to donate to your library or to recommend it to your children's school, or just if you're thinking about next year and you want to get a head start on things, you can add it to your list of things to purchase and then tuck it away until Ramadan.
Yeah, actually, most libraries, if you request a specific book, any patron requests a specific,
yes,
they'll order it. Yeah.
There's usually on their website, there's an area you can do that.
So as we saw on the front of your book is a Daybreak Press Award winner.
Yes, alhamdulillah. There it is. Beautiful sticker.
I to submit it. How did you come about it? How did you hear about it?
Found out, I followed Ansa Tamara for a while on Instagram, because she's actually one of my good friends, is a student of hers back in Syria. So I heard about her that. And then when she had Daybreak, I started following them just because I knew anything that she was involved with was going to be amazing, mashallah. And I also love the fact that it brings together such amazing, strong, intelligent women, mashallah. So I was following on Instagram and I saw the announcement about the awards, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to submit my book. And because I'm a very competitive person, if I do say so myself. So whenever you're entering in a contest, there's the potential to lose. But I was confident, inshallah, hopefully I'd win something. So alhamdulillah, I was very pleased and very honored to have this.
Alhamdulillah. Where were you when you found out that you won?
That was actually I think I'm a very type A person because I knew exactly when the awards were coming out. So I was in my house refreshing my phone over and over again, waiting to hear to see the post about the winners. So yes, I was not chill about it at all. I was very, very excited and anxious to hear about the results.
All right, alhamdulillah. Have you what have you reached any new audiences or felt any benefit from having won the award?
Definitely. I feel like after any recognition from like a larger platform on Instagram or online in general, you have more followers. And this year I was a little bit worried about my sales because last year I kind of tapped into all my personal networks of people. And this year, alhamdulillah, I feel like my sales are purely from the award I won.
MashaAllah.
So, because my reach, I mean, I don't have a huge following yet. Inshallah, I will grow. But definitely getting this recognition opened the door to new people who didn't know who I was or what my book was. So alhamdulillah, I'm thankful for that.
All right, hold it up for us once again. Nice. It tis the night before Eid. Tis the night before Eid.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys. So make sure that you recommend it for your schools, request it at your libraries, and if you're an author yourself, the submissions are open for next year's, or actually this year's, Daybreak Press Book Awards. They opened in January and they close July 31st. July 31st. So Miriam has been putting the link in the comments. Miriam, if you could just pop that in once again. Super. Thank you so much. You can go there, submit your book. So next year, your book can have the sticker and you can garner all those new followers and get a great boost and join a great cohort of women who are putting Muslim women's names on the map.
And I also want to add that you can, if you're a aspiring writer or up and coming author and you need some help navigating the self-publishing world, I am here to help you because, like I said, I wouldn't be where I am today without the women who helped me. So please reach out, send me a message, and I will help to the best of my ability, inshallah.
Super. And you're at Rashidi Books on Instagram?
Yes.
Rashidi, Rashidi Books, Rashidi Books. Super. So you know what that means, girl. You need another page on your website that you offer that.
That is a good idea.
All right. Thanks, you guys, for coming. And we will see you next week with Daybreak Live. Thank you so much, Yasmin. Enjoy that weather.
Thank you. Take care.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.